Hi everyone, I'm Abhisar Singh from Inspired by Dreams Foundation, and today we have a very special changemaker with us, Mr. Vishal Sharma from Stairway to Compassion Foundation. Stairway to Compassion is a crowdfunding initiative. It was established in order to provide emergency aid and medicines to caregivers, frontline workers, and the underprivileged section of the society affected by COVID 19. STC continues to
Correct.
operate through donor funding and is engaged in projects to provide for the masses, particularly those who are in dire need of, food, shelter, and clothing, basic necessities that every human should have access to. So, thank you very much for taking out time from your busy schedule for talking with us.
You're welcome.
Uh, Starting with the most important question: what was the motivation behind this foundation?
Okay, so STC started around in when the COVID two wave two hit India,
We have to,
and we were very disturbed to see that there were so many people in need of oxygen, in need of beds, in need of other assistance in that time. So we were all students who had passed out in 1996 from Ford School of Management, and we decided that we need to do something about it. Seven of us stepped forward and started by going to the Shamshan Ghats and seeing that there was no firewood. There was it was very bad condition, waiting people waiting to uh, even cremate their loved ones in time or properly. So we started by assisting them, and seven of us started it. And then we saw that there was need of oxygen cylinders, oxygen concentrators, and basic ration that people who were daily workers who got displaced because of the lockdown or because of COVID. That is when we all decided that okay, we will continue to do this till the COVID wave recedes, and that is what we had decided, and that is how we started. So seven of
okay,
us
okay.
in a batch that passed out in '96 from four
Yeah, yeah.
school, we decided that we decided to start this. This is how it started, Abhisar.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
since we know that this organization that you and your friends started during COVID-19, where
yes,
many
yes,
NGOs and foundations, yeah, face several issues
yes,
regarding fundings and shortage in manpower, and other issues like a lot of founders I've interviewed and heard they themselves got COVID, and because of that, their operations were
yes.
downscaled a little bit. So, can you explain your operations and the hardships that you and your
Okay,
organization
yeah.
specifically faced during the COVID-19? Yeah.
Abhisar, when we started, I'll tell you, it was April 2021,
Yeah.
April and May 2021. Even I had COVID.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was also affected by it. But the rest of them at that time were coordinating everything. We knew it's difficult to get out and go out, but we coordinated with a few NGOs who assisted us and were able to coordinate where to pick up the rations from, where to pick up the essential items, and we could send it to a point where then they would take it up and distribute. It was completely funded by us initially, by the
Okay.
seven of us. We were not taking any funding from outside in the beginning. It was completely funded by us. So we were giving our personal funds at that time for this operation. That's how we started.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, sir. That's very
yeah.
nice to hear. That took out had to take out money from your own pocket to fund this great initiative
Yes,
that
that
has been going on
that's
for a
how we
year now.
started.
Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah,
has been going for a
yeah,
year, and you have already impacted more than 6,000 lives. And this
correct.
NGO and organization just seems, to be going on a upper scale. But yeah, coming on
Yes.
the next question on that, what are your future plans with the NGO, and do you plan to take this organization to pan India?
I won't say we are pan India yet, but
Yeah.
we would do things which we feel or projects which we feel in any part of India where there is any requirement. Like recently, you must have heard of the Assam floods that happened. So we tied up with an NGO in Assam, and they had to take boats to remote villages which were flooded, but they went in boats. I don't remember the name of that NGO now, but they took boats. We supplied the ration. We made sure that the ration reaches from vendors in Assam to that NGO, and they took the ration in boats and took it to remote villages in Assam who were cut out because of the floods. So it's not that we will not help or assist in any place where there is a natural calamity or people are in need. We will. So whether we are pan India or not, we consider ourselves Indians, and everybody a part of, anybody who requires help anywhere in India would get our assistance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if someone is watching this interview, or if someone wants to volunteer for this organization that you have created, how do someone go about it? Like, how do you hire volunteers?
We regularly post on our websites and our social media about a project that we are about to undertake, and we welcome anybody to come and volunteer for an upcoming project. They can call the helpline number on STC, or even email us or drop us a line on social media, and we are more than welcoming to take on volunteers who would like to assist in that program.
Okay.
And there are many who want to volunteer, who want to come, who want to help in the distribution, or we back an NGO called Earth Savers Foundation. I don't know whether you've heard of them, but
no.
No. So it's it's a NGO that was run by the late Ravi Kalra, still operating, and we back them. This NGO picks up people who have been left on the roadside. Sometimes their families leave people. Sometimes they're of unsound mind and are just left on the road. And this NGO picks up these people and takes them in. We help and support this NGO greatly. And we personally, the founding members, now out of the 7, there are 3 members who are actively operating at this moment. That is me, Mona, and Vikram Bhatnagar. And we even actively go to these NGOs to see their operations, to see what work they are doing, and then we assist and back them with whatever they require. Yeah.
But it's very nice to hear that, sir, that this project started as a small project between friends who had just passed out of the college.
Yes.
And now it has transformed into an organization, a trust, which has been going on for over a year, has impacted so many lives. And as you have said, you might not have branches all over India, but you certainly do operations around,
all over India.
All over the country.
So we don't only back people who are in need of anything like ration or clothes or blankets or whatever. We also have an initiative for the environment, right? So we've done various plantation projects in the Aravalis. And right now, there is a cyclist from Northeast India who is going to cycle to all the 100 proposed smart cities in India, and is doing so in an electric motorcycle, and is also showing the way of how we can now impact our environment in a better way by more plantation. So STC also backs initiatives like this, and is backing initiatives like this which impact our future generations. He goes to schools in all these cities, and he tells children about how we can impact or have a better relationship with our environment and stop pollution, etc. So we back initiatives like this as well.
Yeah. That's very great to hear, sir. Yeah. And so thank you very much for taking out this time, and thank you very much for sharing your story with us. We wish you all the best, and we know that yes, sir. And we know that this organization that you have created, Stairway to Compassion, has a long way to go, and it's just going to go more up and up. So
absolutely, Abhisar. What I want to say is, everybody thinks that one person or two or three people cannot make an impact, but we are here to prove that 7 friends started this and we made a very big impact in whatever way we could. And
Certainly, sir. Yeah.
you just have to take the first step. You just have to take the first step.
No, yes, sir. I'm sure you are an inspiration to a lot of people who will be watching this, and like to a lot of people, like, in your own life, who will just see that taking just a step can, later on lead to a lot of things if you just take the first step. But
Yes.
saying that, we'll be coming with up with much more conversations with such change makers. So stay tuned, and
Yes.
also don't forget to share this with your friends and family members. Thank you very much from me, Abhisar Singh, and the entire team of Inspired
You're
by
most
Dreams
welcome.
Foundation. Thank you, sir.
You're most